Tub's filling up in the background. Let me just close this. Hold up. So guys, I'm loving my hi-fi journey, guys. I am loving my hi-fi journey. Under that dust cover is a Black Ice Audio F35. It's badass. I got that from a buddy of mine who sells high-end speakers and all types of audio equipment in Chicago. I also got this turntable from him. Absolutely love this thing. It's a phase linear model 8000 series 2 with a linear tracking setup. And you know, I got a handful of records that I can play on there. It's got a Grado Gold, I think a Grado 3 or something like that. Really good vinyl. You can see my leveling system here is badass. And you know, the point of this setup is like, I'm trying to figure out where these speakers sound best in the room. And over time and several listening sessions, you know, putting the speakers, you know, one there and one there, one there and one there, there, you know, doing all sorts of different things, including using different speakers all together. These are amazing. These are some Lineam LT1000s. Those are from like the 90s. That receiver down there is from the 90s. But anyway, right now I've just got a aux cable plugged into my computer that runs into the data portion of this receiver. And I'm doing that because the Black Ice Audio is out of commission because the tube went bad. But I love this setup. Like, it looks terrible right now. It's a complete mess in here. But when you sit in this chair and listen to what these Lee Song F15s are capable of, the soundstage and the clear and crisp and warm and rich and just ever-present live feeling like sound that comes out of them is amazing. So I just enjoy myself just figuring this out. But I really got to fix up this room. I got to make it look really nice. And that's part of the experimenting. You got to break an egg to make an omelet. So you got to move stuff around. You got to figure things out. One of the things I'm figuring out in this hi-fi journey is that this setup, this auxiliary cable, compared to just the phono stage in this amp paired with the turntable and a really good recording. Like, you want to hear good recordings, listen to some Paul Cauthen, any recording, and you're gonna find some really cool stuff. But when you compare that recording side by side with just this aux cord setup and I've got Tidal going, oh man, the difference is night and day. Night and day. The vinyl is where it's at. So what I need to solve is, like, I need a better DAC. Obviously the DAC in the Mac is just whatever. And I need a better way to connect in versus this 3.5 millimeter auxiliary cord. And I've got CDs in the basement. Hang on, let me turn this tub off. Yeah. This tab here. 113. Another minute or so, maybe. Okay, but let's run downstairs to the basement and see if we can find these CDs real quick. What up, boo? Looking cute. Oh, let's go ride mode for this. Meow. Oh man, there was a ground squirrel trapped in my basement. I think he got in through the crawl space this summer. This dude found a crack, not a crack, but a purposeful gap in the cement. This is wood, I don't know why this is here, but he found a little gap in that wood and dug himself out. He got back outside. Okay, CDs. I think my CDs are right. Is this them? Yes. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Go in there. Take this. Ow. It's bright enough in here, I think. Nice. Okay, so I gotta get, let's see, write this out. So I gotta get a CD player because look, I found all my old CDs. And, you know, there's some interesting stuff in here, some Queens of the Stone Age. Queens of the Stone Age stack right there. Modest Mouse, early 2000s. Post-college angst. Old Crow Medicine Show. Widespread Panic. Tried to get into them. Not much of a fan. This dude, this is just like a random dude that was playing at a bar in New Orleans. The Garden State soundtrack. Everybody loved the Shins, early 2000s. What is The Roots. A mixtape from one of my friends. Arcade Fire. So much good stuff in here. Ben Harper. Both Sides of the Gun. I think Morning Yearning is on here. Yeah, right there, number 1. It's some morning yearning. Beck. I mean, I've got all these great CDs. Band of Horses. Andrew Bird. Phenomenal listening experience, guys. More Arcade Fire. More Andrew Bird. This is Amina, I think. Who is this? Yeah. How do you say that? Amamina. These guys opened for City Rose in the early 2000s at the Civic Opera House in Chicago. Just picked up the disc. That's one I want to hear this because, you know, City Rose is like very sonic experience. ALO. Alan Hole, Pipe Dream. I have this record, this CD, made in England because I was into the Postal Service. Ended up reading some interviews with that guy, Gibbard, Ben Gibbard, I think is his name, from the Postal Service. He said this is a dope record. I think he found it in a record store or something, and he bought it because it was such an absurd album cover. And then the music just happened to be dope, which it is. So I bought it because some guy said it was absurd and he liked it, and then I liked it. Andrew Bird, man, a lot of Andrew Bird. Let's see the other side of that Arcade Fire. Oh, I set those back down. I'm dumb. Okay. Black Keys. Ben Harper. Oh, that's a DVD. But Ben Harper. Oh, check this out. Band of Horses. I got this at the show. That these dudes opened up for Iron and Wine in Chicago at the House of Blues. And what year would that have been? 2004, I think. Like maybe in the fall or something like that. Anyway. I forgot the lead singer's name of Band of Horses. He's on here somewhere. But anyway, after they freaking rocked the house. It was gnarly. It was so badass. And then after they were done and we were waiting for Iron and Wine, the lead singer walked by at the bar. It was so cool. I was like, dude, like nobody was really saying anything to me, to him. And so I was like, dude, that show was badass. And he like caught him by surprise because he was just like walking through the crowd a little bit. But then he was like super appreciative. He's like, thanks, bro. It looked all genuine, like he felt good. And I was like, oh yeah, bro. And then he just kept going, and I think he got a beer or something. But I thought these dudes were fucking awesome. And dude, hearing those tunes for this was the first time I heard them. I never heard a song from these guys until that show. It was so dope. Anyway, okay, I'm getting lost in the moment. What else is in here? The Brazilian girls. Are these alphabetical? They might be. Let's just put a few of these back in here. There we go. Black Keys, Brazilian girls, Calexico, Citizen Cope, Cold War Kids, Daft Punk. This is Damien Rice. Let's take a couple of these out, a little more. Boom. What else we got? A little more. Oh, what are we getting hung up on? Something. I don't know. Where are we? Okay, Gorillaz. The Good, the Bad, and the Queen. Yes, dude. This album is dope. This is like a super group. Damien Albarn. Who are the other dudes? The dude who plays bass is from, is this them behind there? Boom, nice. Damien Albarn? I forgot these other dudes' names, but they're all like well-regarded musicians. Who are these dudes? Oh man. That'll be a little scratched up. These were all in heavy vehicle use back in the day. I was the sales dude in Chicago. So I spent a lot of time in traffic rocking out to some tunes. Yeah, here we go. Damon Albarn, Paul Simonon, Simon Tong, and Tony Allen. Put in the comments who those dudes are and what they mean to you, because I don't know those dudes by name, but I know they're from some pretty serious musical chops. Anyway, but the end result of that is this album is dope. The Kingdom of Doom. Friday night in the Kingdom of Doom. Something like that. What else? The Good, the Bad, and the Queen, History Song. Yeah, it's a dope album. Really, all Gorillaz albums are pretty dope. Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head. What a great jam. Okay. What else we got? Ian Love. This is random. This is a friend of a friend who just happened to make like a dope record. It's just this chill, like folksy, kind of electronic sort of thing from the early 2000s. More Iron and Wine. Whoa, got some Jack Johnson. Kings of Leon, yes. Old school. This is back when like Kings of Leon purists, the guys who get upset that they changed. This was before that change. Oh dang, man. Aha, shake, Tippaging girl. Man, what a rockin' album. This is like Friday afternoon, leaving work, Chicago traffic, but also kind of moving and just like, yes, jam. Gonna get crazy tonight. All right, what's next? Kings of Leon. When was After the Chain? Only the Night, maybe that. Yeah, Sex on Fire, there it is, boom. But this is pre-changed Youth and Manhood. Youth and Young Manhood. Yeah. I mean, who knows, man? You like what you like. There's good songs on all these albums. Truthfully, Matt Costa, MGMT. What is this, Modest Mouse? Yeah. Okay, what's over here? What's over here? This is My Morning Jacket. Evil Urges? Yo. MMJ, lots of MMJ. All of them. The Sunlandic Twins of Montreal. Yeah, they were kind of artsy electronic. What else we got? My Morning Jacket, My Morning Jacket. Nickel Creek, yeah. Ockerville River, brah. Fuck yeah. The Stand-Ins. This is a later album. Still dope. Love it. The Stage Names. These dudes were like early 2000s, like art hipsters. So badass. This record right here, Black Sheep Boy, this is one of my favorite albums of all time, for sure. So damn good. And honestly, I gotta end on that one right here. We'll look through the rest at another time. But look, this album alone means that I gotta get a CD player. I gotta get a CD player. So, what I've been looking for, because I'm kind of, I don't know, I love the phase linear. It's such, here's the thing, man. This thing is an anomaly. Most people will have never seen anything like this. When you think about the billions of people in the world, I never saw this until I saw this in person. All right, and I've seen a lot of shit. I kind of like it a little weird and like old school and a little, you know, I like my hi-fi with tons of character. And so let's see, let's go here and I'll show you guys what's going on right now. So jump over to Marketplace. Let's get to buying, saved. And in here, where we at? I always overlook this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This came up randomly when I just searched for CD player. So what I do is I take all these random numbers and I pop them into Google and I just look to see, okay, what's the vibe on this thing, right? Because it's kind of weird looking, you know, it's not sexy or beautiful, but it's like, I got a nostalgic vibe to it for sure. This guy's pictures are terrible. It's broken, so it's $100. But here's the thing, let me pull up his message. I messaged this dude asking him if he'd take 50 because he's like 2.5 hours away from me. And he said he'd go 80. I was like, that's cool. I got to replace both the belts. He says the belts are, the tray is messed up. The belts aren't working. But he's had it open and it plays disc just fine. So cool. No big blemishes, no gouges or crazy scratches. Just looks a little dirty. But anyway, we came up with a plan. I'm gonna go up there tomorrow to grab this thing. Okay, so that's the plan right now. But just a little more how I got there. You know, I was looking at these old CD players and like here, you got a Marantz CD40. Okay, looks kind of retro vibe and early 80s kind of feel to it. Or maybe even early 90s, who knows? It all kind of blends back then. But let's see, what do I have here? So I go through and I search these on Google. Somehow I came across, where is this at? This list. Oh, you know how I came across this? This guy, Michael Andrew. Where's he at? Is this his website? Yeah, Michael Andrew. Does he have YouTube? Yeah, let's go to YouTube. And then, let's see, videos. let's just do this. I don't know when I watched this. I watched this like a week ago, but CD player, okay, boom. This dude is chatting about old school CD players.
Out for ourselves.
And
let's get one thing straight before we dive into this.
His name's Michael Andrew.
Always be as good as the recording you are playing. So if your CD was mastered terribly, then it's not the CD player's fault. The only reason.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. Here it is. Boom.
Hello, friends.
Yes.
I'm Mike, the hi-fi fanatic behind audio.
Okay, he hits us with the intro, specs, and tech. He talks about sound quality, final thoughts,
speakers, amplifiers, CD
and
players, subwoofers,
in this,
headphones, just music, basically all things audio. You're in the right place. It would be best if you stuck around for a bit because.
Okay. No. He talked about this player, I think, that he got. It was an old school Magnavox. And so I was just like interested in that. And the DAC chip, the TDA 1541, you know, he talks about that, how it's renowned. And it just got me back into place where I was like, oh yeah, I remember thinking about that DAC chip because it, you know, in my hi-fi searches, it just came up. I saw it on forums and stuff, and a lot of people talk about it, how it was one of the best old school chips out there. And so I just went down this rabbit hole. I got on eBay and I looked for like a Magnavox CD players. And then I started jumping onto my marketplace looking for CD players there. And each time I find one, I just kind of quickly do this copy paste, boom, boom, and start to do some research. I'll dive into this one sec. One of the ones that I found on here was, where is that? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Maybe old boy deleted the listing. Oh no, it's right here. Boom. Sold. This Sony X707ES, this kind of started me going down the rabbit hole of CD players too. I checked this out and looked at it online. And then, you know, the CD transport itself, the thing that spins the disc and the laser that reads the disc and all that, supposedly this is top notch in this player, like world class. It runs on electromagnetic rails or something like that. But the DAC chips in this are just ho-hum. So if you're paying $600 for this, you better be a big fan of Sony and this machine. Otherwise, it's just a transport. And so he wanted $600 for, or $650. Eventually dropped the price to $600. I told him if it's still around, I may consider it, but it was far away from me. But in the meantime, boom, that's when this joker came up. I searched this, and you know, the Sony, if you're not a Sony guy, is kind of ho-hum and it's kind of niche. They're expensive because they're so niche in that weird, like high-end Sony kind of way. But if you jump on and see the Philips CD960, it's like the following for this thing is massive. So I went down the rabbit hole. It's like, why? The CDM1, Philips created this CD transport. It's bomb. Like, people love it. It is well regarded after all this time. This article was written in 2020, okay? The chassis on this thing is robust. This is a heavy player, minimize skip and all that tracking kind of jitter issue when you have kind of a light chintzy player. This thing's solid. The laser's bomb. The mechanical tray, the way it goes in and out and like holds the CD and everything, that's bomb. This has the chip that we just talked about in there, okay? This player is on this list. Where is it? Back to here to Michael Andrew. Shoot, it's not gonna look. Oh, it's right here, yeah. So if you go down here, Philips CD 960 right there, boom. Now, it's got this SAA 7220P/A. This this player is pretty exciting too because you can mod this thing. You can, that chip that I just mentioned, you can pull it out. You can put this little bridger thing made by these guys, Dindiki in Germany, and you can get rid of the oversampling in this thing for 22 euros. And a lot of guys do that, and they like the sound of it. What I plan on doing is picking this thing up and just getting those belts back in order and just busting out this joker and just seeing what happens. Because, dang, that's inspiring right there. I want to hear that album coming from right about there and just spread all across this wall as wide as can be. Hell yeah. Anyway, I'll take you guys with me. We'll grab that CD player, we'll bring it back here, and then we'll see if we can get it fixed. All right, peace.